This video tells the heartbreaking story of a baby girl born with hydrocephaly, a condition where spinal fluid builds up and expands the skull, resulting in a grotesque appearance. The doctors informed the parents that she would never learn to walk or talk and that it was difficult to say how long she might live. Hydrocephaly was a condition that had never been identified before the birth of a baby girl who had the condition. Spinal fluid, which normally bathes the brain and spinal cord, was unable to drain as it should while she was developing inside her mother's womb, which led to an accumulation of the fluid in that space. Her head looked like a giant balloon when she was born, and the skin on top of her head was stretched so tightly that the blood vessels underneath were visible. She was rushed to the neonatal intensive care unit while her parents, who were in shock and distress, waited for the pediatricians to come and tell them what could be done for their baby. After waiting for quite some time, the doctors arrived. The news was extremely disheartening. It is highly likely that baby will have neither eyes nor ears. The skull had been filled with fluid, which caused it to expand, giving the woman a grotesque appearance. Both walking and talking were out of the question for her. It was tough to speculate on how long she might continue to live. In addition, there was no way to stop or even reverse the destruction that had been caused. Shunts were installed in order to allow the fluid to drain as it should have, but the damage had already been done. There was never enough room for the developing brain of the fetus to grow as it should have. Since then, it never will again. After a few days, the mother, who had delivered the baby via cesarean section, returned home without having seen her daughter. Her husband had gone to see baby, and he was hoping to spare his wife's feelings by advising her not to go to the intensive care unit. Never did. In fact, weeks went by. A series of tests were carried out and analyzed. The outlook was not good at all. However, no one informed baby. She regained her composure and was moved from the intensive care unit to the special care nursery, where she continued to make some progress and expanded significantly. This little girl was given care by a specific nurse, who eventually grew quite attached to her patient. Weeks turned into months, and her parents never came to see her even once during this time. It turned out that she could actually see and hear what was going on around her. When baby outgrew the teeny undershirts that are standard for dressing newborns, the nurse changed them out for more appropriate one-piece pajamas. After that, she went shopping for dresses and tracked down toddler-sized bonnets so that she could conceal her still enormous head. Even on the days when the nurse was off, she continued to visit baby in order to give her a bath, feed her a bottle, and give her lots of hugs. This interaction elicited the same smiles and wiggles that any infant her age would show after experiencing them. The nurse was frequently accompanied by her family, and the nurse's two sons shared their mother's opinion that baby was enchanting. Baby was doing exceptionally well given the constraints that her condition imposed. The topic of baby's future came up in a number of meetings between the medical staff, nursing staff, and social workers as baby got older and the nurse's devotion developed into love for baby. It was decided that the nurse should be allowed to take baby out of the hospital on occasion in order to expose her to more of the outside world. This was done with the intention of providing baby with a more well-rounded education. She was taken on long stroller walks in the sunshine, to the shopping mall, and to the zoo. The way she looked bothered some people, while others were simply intrigued by her. When the nurse paused to explain baby's condition, the looks of sympathy quickly turned into smiles because of baby's endearing smile and adorable face. At some point in the future, the nurse submitted a petition to become baby's foster family, which was supported wholeheartedly by her entire family. Their home was inspected and remodeled to accommodate a child who would never walk, and this included completely fencing in the backyard. The social workers were confident that baby would go to live out the rest of her life in the embrace of a family who loved and wanted her because baby's birth parents had never visited her and had shown no interest in her welfare other than a passing interest. And this is where things take a tragic turn. The biological parents did not consent. Absolutely. Their attorney told the hospital that the nurse was not to have any more contact with baby. Baby was hospitalized. She was transferred to a different nursery after that. It was decided that baby would be moved to a long-term skilled nursing home, but the nurse and her family would not be informed of the specific facility where she would be placed. That settled the matter. Nobody ever found out what happened to baby or why her biological parents were acting in such a cruel manner toward her. The grieving nurse and her family cherished the photographs of happier times and the recollections of a unique little girl even as they experienced great loss. I pray that there is a particular level of hell reserved for evildoers like baby's biological parents. Don't you? Thank you for your love and prayers. And if you are going through a tough time, always remember the best thing about time is that it changes. Just be honest to your present and the future will bring reward. Good luck living life, and remember to like and leave comment to let us know what you think about the story.